It is what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most don't understand that when God has brought you up, and the problems and the issues and the struggle you go through on level 1, is to make you stronger for level 2. But see, where the problem comes in is that if you're going up to level 2, or some of us just try to get to level 2 without Christ, you either haven't gone through the process, or you still have the mindset of the people on level 1. You can't stay here. You're uncomfortable here, and you don't really trust God. So then what do you do?
Welcome to another edition of Be Great Podcast. Today I have a special friend, a good guy I've been known for many years. Every time we get together, man, we have a good time. We have
It's magic. It's magic. It's magic.
Great conversation. So hey, we here now. So my guy Barry, how you doing, man?
Man, doing well, man. I appreciate you even inviting me, dude. Real talk, man. My first time actually having a little bit of time, you know how it go when you got little kids.
Yeah,
I got little girls. So.
Oh yeah, gotta put that time in, man. If you wouldn't mind, introduce yourself to the people.
How you doing? My name is Barry Brady. I'm the youth pastor at New Covenant Church of Rock Hill. Senior pastor Richard Shaw. 1807 Cherry Road.
There it is, man. But Barry, man, we go way back, man. Many years, man. It's always a pleasure to have to sit down with you, man. And so let's jump right in, man. Let's kind of explain a little bit about what you got going on. What do you do? I know you do as far as ministry. You serve as a youth pastor, but also what do you do for outside of ministry? What type of work do you do?
I'm a paralegal.
Okay.
I'm a paralegal, so I research law, things of that nature. I also work with Jim Schauberg at Auto Rental Solutions. So what we do is we set people up to have a neighborhood rental car company.
Wow.
So we set you up to that you would be profitable in a neighborhood rental car company.
Wow.
Because you're technically not in competition with the airport guys.
Okay.
So we got about 1,400 companies.
Wow. That's cool.
That come to us, that we've either trained or there's association with us with different products or teaching you how to maintain the business.
Okay. If you can't break that down a little bit, because I know of Turo and places like that.
Turo does it, but the problem with that is that Turo takes most of your money.
Okay.
They get most of the money, so Turo don't really work for you. You kind of work for Turo.
Okay.
You know, but with our plan and what we teach you over 4 days, 8-hour classes.
Okay.
And it's easier now because we do it online.
Okay.
You used to have to fly here.
Wow.
I don't care where you were coming from, you had to fly here, get a hotel and everything to attend the class. So, but we get you together, man. We're starting to train you to have to go out and look within your community to see what type of cars the people are driving. You identify a building or something. Me and my portion of it, we train you. I'm part of the training classes. I also let you know what the law is, state specific for where you live at.
Yeah.
So we have them everywhere. I mean, all over the place. But the agreements and things, contracts, they have to be state specific.
Wow.
You can't just write something up and deciding that, because you just got yourself on the hook.
Yeah.
So we go through a process, man, of, like I said, 4 days, man, of really breaking down things and taking questions and things of that nature. And you have us for 1 year.
Okay.
So if you need questions answered, you need to know what the law is for your particular state, they call us and we take care of it.
Wow. Well, usually I wait till the end and ask you a little bit how can people contact you, but how can they find out more about your program?
Schauberg.com.
Okay.
Yep. Just go to the website, Schauberg.com, and you'll be able to pull up questions, different things that you may have concerns about. There's phone numbers up there, so if you guys ever decide to just call and everything's right there.
Okay.
Everything's right there.
That's what's up, man. Well, I'm glad that that's going well for you and everything like that. And so I know you from up top, right?
NY.
Okay, there you go. We both from that way.
NY.
Okay.
But I tell most people, they say, did you spend all your life there? No, I didn't. I did not. I said I consider myself a country boy.
Yeah.
Love Carolina.
Yeah.
Real talk. I love Carolina. Graduated high school from Carolina.
Yeah. No doubt, man. You both, man. I was born there as a young child. My mother from Rock Hill, so she moved back here when we was young. And so we go back and visit during the summers up there with the grandparents. But yeah, grew up right here.
A large portion of my life as far as to learning and picking up on life and what things you need to do happened to me in Colorado.
Okay.
In Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
Wow.
I joined the military. When I went into the military, I always said to myself, wherever I got out of the military at would be home for me.
Okay.
Period.
Wow.
I was never looking to come back this way ever again.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but got out of the military. I was doing well. I was doing good. Wasn't thinking about it. But my mom got sick the first time from cancer.
Okay.
And from that point right there, I need to come closer. And getting on a plane just wasn't going to suffice.
Yeah.
I need to be able to drive to her. Yeah. So I made the move.
Yeah.
Came here. Everything's been good so far. God has truly, truly, truly orchestrated my steps and set me to keep moving in my purpose that He has for me. No so it's been hard.
Yeah. In life, right?
Yes, sir.
Life
hey,
never get those stuff at you.
Me and you talk about that every time we see each other about life gonna throw some curveballs. Yeah, it's part of it.
And I love how you always bounce back, man. You always say you keep it moving. I always like how your analogy is. You know, what I'm saying you don't stay stuck on whatever what life's throwing at you. You know, what I'm saying you fix what you can, but if you don't want to work, no matter what it is or who it is, you keep it moving.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to. And most of the people that I talk to, even if I'm trying to help you through a situation, I let you know that I'm not exempt. Mm-hmm. Don't think ever for a minute that the people that are trying to help you or tell you something positive, they're not exempt from these issues. Mm-hmm. They just learn to kind of walk through it. Yes. And that's all that is. Now it's up to us to reach back and help someone else through the storm. Because that's all it is a storm. That's it. God has already given you victory. Yes, yes. So it's a storm, but it don't mean it don't hurt. Don't mean it don't hurt, man. I tell you sometimes, man.
Yeah. And we got, more we talk, man, we got very similar stories, man, on so many different levels, man, saying. So you came back here, and I know we talked about it early, man. I kind of want to touch this, but I think it's going to help someone else that may have lost someone who was close and dear to them. Both of us lost our mothers. Yes. Around about the same time. It was, I think, 5 years. Mine was about 4. 5, yep. And so nothing can replace a mom, especially one who raised you and was in your life. My mom, she was the foundation. You know what I'm saying? She made sure we ate, made sure everything was taken care of. And to have lost someone so close and dear, it does help. Even though when you think back on it, it makes you stronger as being independent and being a person of faith. Yes, and she was our foundation, and she was Jesus who we knew. Mm-hmm. And so, from your standpoint, man, though we had that conversation, I kind of want to bring others into that conversation. From you, can you tell me a little bit about thinking back on your relationship with your moms? What do you think of, and kind of keep you going, even though she's no longer here?
Well, one, I think anybody that knew us knew that my mom was my best friend. Yeah. Period. Me and my mom, we were really, really close. Mm-hmm. But I think the most important thing my mom ever gave me, she introduced her kids to Christ. Mm-hmm. She took us to church. Tell you to pray. You got to give it to God. But I knew for a fact that my mom wouldn't want me to quit. My race is done, son. And I hope to see it again. But my race is complete. And I need you to keep moving. I still remember I was taking some classes for paralegal. I was taking some classes and my mom was sick, but she was like, no, you're not getting ready to leave school. I'll be fine. I will be just fine, baby. And she had accepted that whatever God's choice was going to be, that she would be just fine. So, but to look over it now, I have a brother that's in Texas, an older brother in Texas. We are closer now than we've ever been. Me and him. We pray. We talk about the Word of God. It's amazing because, let's just be honest, coming up, my brother never really liked me. I'm the baby, you know what I mean? He didn't like me. He didn't care much for me. And he ain't going to let nobody else bother me. But he didn't care for me. Your little brother, you ignorant, you think you know something, you know how it goes. You know how it goes. So, but yeah, that stay fastness, to continue to walk forward, baby, no matter what. Yeah. You keep moving forward. People always say, back in the day, older people always say that you can't trust your lying eyes. I never really knew what that meant until I started getting older. Okay. And getting a relationship with God to understand that what you see ain't real sometimes. Your situation is not really your situation right now. That's not the end of it. But my pastor, Richard, has really been, he dug down in my psyche to let me know that I keep looking at a small picture. God's a big picture. He's a big picture guy. You know what I mean? Big picture. Now he'll start small with you because your mind couldn't handle all the things he wanted to tell you and the direction you're going to go. You couldn't handle that. But he starts small with us. But I have to look at the big picture and stop looking at the right now. this is where I'm at right now. The heat is hot right now. But this too shall pass. And I never was one of those guys. I reacted quickly. I always was that dude. I react quick, and I've been that type of person. I'm willing to accept the consequences of my actions. Period. We keep moving. To where now I think before I react. I have to think now. So,
man, you said some stuff that basically for me and I think I heard it from Brian Tracy. He was one of the ones who put that seed of thinking in my mind was don't make a decision if you don't have to make a decision. So I'm like, man, so I've been I'm thinking, let me get this off my plate, let me get this off my plate, let me get it off my plate, when it's like, why we gotta make a decision right now? So I've been in a season where I have for quite some time let that thing marinate.
You have to.
And I come back to it.
You have to.
You know, so
I would say over the last probably 3 weeks to a month, I've been in that place of the dangers of us asking God why in the middle of your storm. Because it'll take your mind other places and it removes your mind off God. It takes your eyes off God when you start asking why. Because from that point right there, look at all the things that are exposed. Why not you? What is special about you that you shouldn't go through anything? You see? And God had been dealing with me on that. So, but the question should be what? What do I need to learn from this, God? What are you trying to show me? You know, because I know you're using all of it to push me into my purpose. What should I be picking up? What should I be learning? And that's where I've been at over the last month. What?
Yes.
You know,
I love the fact. Well, I don't love the fact because nobody wants to go through where you going through your day and you get a flat tire. That third happen. But I look for it in that moment of like, God, what do you want to show me in this moment?
You have to.
It's like, God, you about to do something because I didn't plan for this. This is disruption to my day.
I know.
So if I didn't want this to happen, what is about to happen that I need to be paying attention to? So I don't need to be upset, frustrated, and mad because it happened. No, I'm about to see. It may be the person I'm about to see at the AutoZone or wherever I'm at. It may be that person that I got to be open to because maybe God want me to be a vessel to be used in that time.
Then stir up your spirit before you even get to your assignment. So now you can, in the car on your way to your assignment, you can pray and say, okay, God, you can stir it up in my spirit. I'm about to run into something and I need your leadership. I need the leadership of the Holy Spirit. Because if I walk in there naturally, and then you done came at me, I came here happy, you know, you're going to see a different side maybe. You know what I mean? And let's just be honest, the world is looking for that particular fault. That particular mistake. It justifies everything. We are not perfect at all, but the Bible talks that there are no excuses whatsoever. There is no excuse you can give. So what do? You know, I tell you, I'm real too. This walk is not for the faint at heart. It is just not for the faint at heart. You hear most people telling you they have a relationship with God, and I was one of them. But I got to tell you, when you really, really, truly started sinking down into that and started getting closer to God, man, the bigger them burdens and them issues start to come at you. Period. If you go to church once a month, you will realize that the devil don't really bother you too tough. You can go to church every week. The truth of the matter is, but if you ain't cracking that word and getting closer to God, again, the devil don't mind you going to church. He don't mind you worshiping at church. He don't mind you coming and talking to other church people if you're not going to do any of that when you leave. He don't mind it. You're not dangerous to him. But as you start getting closer to Christ in your walk, that's when
I think about David when you talk about this, man. The reason why David was chosen because he was a man after God's heart. And so the thing is, how do we dig deeper into being a person after God's heart? And that is the challenge. Is God got something for you, but can he trust what he has for you to get it done? And the more we tap in, not seeking his hand, but seeking his face.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that. What me and my brother always say nowadays is that at the end of the day, people don't want revelation. They want relief. And I understand that. I totally understand that. I'm hurting, God. You're not even hearing me. What is the problem? Why are you leaving me here to strengthen you? That's what I'm leaving you for. I want more faith. I'm getting ready to give you some problems. I'm going to allow these things to happen. Yeah. Period. But we can't seem to correlate that with, I want to get stronger means I have to go to the gym. You want more money, you have to work more hours. Okay? You want a closer relationship with God, that means I need to turn the television off and turn the radio off. I need to go silence on my friends. And I need to get in a corner somewhere. Sometimes it ain't even about you praying real hard. Sometimes you just got to sit quiet. You just got to sit quiet as he ministers to you. And I tell you, man, when you go through those things, I knew that I had to stop playing games when you start looking in the mirror and you don't like what you see. I'm talking, I got the haircut, the beard shaped up and everything. You know what I'm saying? Everything's done, Steve.
Yeah.
But again, this walk is serious. It is really serious, man. And you're going to stumble along the way. Part of it.
Yeah. You're going to have some mess up here. You're gonna, I learned to laugh at myself doing the mess ups.
Yes.
Because you can't get too serious about the fails. Because we all gonna fall sometimes. And the reason I think God allows us to fall sometimes that we don't get too high-minded to point the finger at the next person. So when we have our fall, you get like, oh, let me shut up about this because I might want to, if I didn't fall, I may think something about someone else.
But when you really break it down, Steve, whether people are making a lot of money, a little bit of money, different nationalities, what are we really going through that's different? Everybody's in the same battle. You got to get past yourself. You have to understand that at the end of the day, your righteousness is filthy rags to God. Period, point blank. It means nothing to him. We're all dealing with the same things. Trust issues, that we don't trust God. And they come up in different places. You see what I'm saying? Let's say you get a man, let's say we don't drink. Okay? Let's say we don't drink, or we ain't drinkers like that. But at the end of the day, we can't control our temper. We can't control the anger that we deal with. So what's the difference? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It shuts you up from talking about other people and where they're at. I've learned now that I'm going to pray for your heart. I pray that God gives you a heart of flesh. It starts to chipping away at the stone. Because if I start to try and judge you, I'll find myself there in a different scenario, a whole different picture. You see what I'm saying? It don't look like your picture, but I'm going through the same thing. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm quite sure you've experienced that, And it requires us to continue to take on the character of Jesus Christ. You have to really eliminate you. You got to really start letting you go. And it's one of the hardest things sometimes because pride kicks in. I didn't deserve that, God. I don't even know this guy. I don't know her. I didn't deserve that. But you think he did? Think Jesus deserved what he got? Took it for us, right?
I think about sometimes and that's nothing that we shouldn't want a good life. We should nothing wrong with wanting a good life. But if it's not lining up the way we expect it to happen, it should not take us off course. You shouldn't get beat up and all out of place because life is not shaped in the way you want it to shape. Allow for room for God to move in spite of, because he did say we're going to go through trials and tribulations. That's part of it. So knowing if anything we know, that's a part of it.
That there's going to be some suffering come along with it. Period. And then the relationship with Christ, and the closer you get to it with him, you'll find out you can't be duped so easily. I've been one to tell you, man, God blessed me with this car. Car got repossessed a year later. Obviously, wasn't no blessing from God, right? It's part of it, But as you get closer, and we stop putting God tags on things that ain't God. God blessed me with this job, but now you work on Sunday and Wednesday. You can't come to Bible study or church. So did God do that? You got to ask these questions. Did God really do that? Because that job and that extra money you're making has created a situation to your relationship with Christ has started to spread apart. Because the truth is that you want your life to be good. I heard a lady on, I watch those reels. I don't know if you watch the reels on Facebook. Because sometimes they're funny. But I heard the lady speak. She said, I've been living for a long time. She said, I have yet to see a U-Haul truck following a a funeral procession. I haven't seen it. He said, I've never seen it. You can't take that stuff with us. So we have to formulate relationships. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? We have to be examples. Mm-hmm. We have to be willing to be the salt of this earth. And it comes with something besides just saying that I'm a believer. Mm-hmm. It comes a lot more than that. So, it's a sacrifice. Yes. It's a sacrifice. I think I was talking to you maybe a few weeks ago. I even brought it up to the church that at the end of the day, the only people that go on vacation is believers and Christians. The devil don't take vacations. Right. He constantly working. You know what I mean? We go on vacation. We take a break. As soon as God has brought us out of a season or out of some issues, we immediately go on vacation. That's what we do. I'm guilty. Been there, done it. You know what I'm saying? Can't tell you I won't do it again. This is what we do. Yeah. But an evaluation of true evaluation of yourself, that's what it takes.
And I think it comes with, and even when you say that, being open to allow God to put you in the game. Because sometimes we're getting, I know I'm guilty on this especially, you get in your mind, like you might be focusing, not saying you're doing anything wrong. You could be focusing and saying, let me get this work done, And God will say, hey, go speak to this person right here. You're like, right now, I got this going on. I'm just right now, you busy or you being stuck in this space. And so being open to say, God said, I need you to do this versus that, being okay to make that shift. And it may not always be something big. I remember one time I was doing, working as security somewhere, and God told me to go tell this young guy, he was out smoking a block a mile, that Jesus loved him. And I was like, I ain't about to do that, because I don't know that dude like that. He don't seem like he want me, but luckily I went over there and done it. He was going through some life. Dude, if I remember right, we had a great conversation, but I had to be open to get past me and just go do something that simple. Yes, and so it don't always, have to equate to something huge. And don't tell you got to go lay hands and all that, nothing like that. But sometimes it's a kind word. I've sometimes been in the store and I was like, let me take care of the person behind me. Something like that. You never know.
I do that. If you go into fast food, I'll take care of the people behind me. I've done that, but. We met doing your security job. Okay. Yeah, you was doing security. I think Rev introduced me to you. Yeah, so we met doing your security job. But you know for yourself, Steve, that I don't meet strangers, man. I talk to everybody. Because I'm a strong believer that in order to have friends and things like that, you got to show thyself to be friendly. Period. Exactly. And you would be surprised of a kind word how it would just change somebody's whole day. And I love seeing that. I go to different places. You can see somebody and they walking by you and they looking like that. Smile, baby girl. It ain't over. It ain't over. He woke you up this morning. It ain't over. It's almost Friday. It could be Tuesday, but it's almost Friday. What's going on, big guy? Man, you know what? Yeah, he's still on the throne. And 6 feet above ground is a lot better than 6 feet beneath. Kind of name of the game. Exactly. And you keep moving. But some people, that's all it takes is that little bit. So they can keep moving forward. So I can keep moving forward because the bottom line, you ain't getting ready to see. You won't see God, but you'll see the character in His people. Yes. And we have to do that because we have to basically bring our problems to Christ. That's what we need to do. I did a demonstration. You don't mind me showing you. I did a demonstration last Sunday on how we come to the altar. We come to the altar like this, and I seen this from somebody, so I stole it from them. This is how we come to the altar with our problems, and we're going to surrender them to Christ. But the problem is we keep them problems like this right here so we can grab them back again on the way back from the altar. But if we're going to surrender it, why don't we turn it here? So now I got to make an effort to pick those problems back up. Now I got to trust God. Now I ain't got to exert no energy. Now I go back to my seat. So I left them problems right there. But that ain't what we do most of the time. You know what I mean? Exactly. Dropping, taking whatever it is and put at the foot of Jesus. And that's the key of so many things in life. Sometimes we carry things when we just need to drop them. And it's tough. I don't want anybody to think that he sees this, that it's easy. Ain't nothing easy about that because there's so many doors that we don't let, there's doors that we don't let God in. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, we be like, I know I'm guilty of quite a few, but like, God, I got to
No, they step on that finger toe on this one. I got this one. I'll be back in a minute. Let me have a little situation. So, but as you mature, sometimes we have to repeat that test until we're ready to excel past that. We repeat in second grade in certain areas of our life. And so if we really want to elevate and go higher, we have to get past some of those immature areas in our life.
Because they're coming back. At the next level, these issues are going to come back. They're just going to look different now.
Yes.
They're coming back.
Exactly.
So you ain't never made it nowhere. I'm able to get past these little things. To God be the glory. But the next test is here.
Yes.
And if I ain't following the Holy Spirit, guess what? Yeah. It is what it is.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Most don't understand that when God has brought you up, the problems and the issues and the struggle you go through on level 1, it's to make you stronger for level 2. But see, where the problem comes in is that if you're going up to level 2, or some of us just try to get to level 2 without Christ, you either haven't gone through the process or you still have the mindset of the people on level 1. You can't stay here. You're uncomfortable here. And you don't really trust God. So then what do you do? You see what I'm saying? It's amazing, man. It's just amazing. And most of it comes through warfare experiences, the pain that you've had to go through in your own life. This ain't something you sit back and see. Well, I seen a friend go through this. No, you feel these things yourself. That's what gives it validity. When you speak to somebody, it has compassion to it because I know what it's like. I've been there. But you want to quit. You're like, I don't feel like I'm, like my life seemed to be a lot easier and at peace when I was in the world, but it wasn't. But it seems like that because I got to get past me. God has to deliver me from all the gunk and the junk that I've gotten, that I've stored down on the inside. So, yeah, man, this man, I tell you, make you want to cry sometimes. When you think about it, man,
But I want to kind of go a little different, man. Cause I know we're giving it so many great biblical principles. But I want to talk about your life a little bit more because I know from me knowing you, like I said, you've overcome some things. We all come from some trial times. But now the God is doing some things, allowing you to be a blessing to others because what I see is, and I've heard Bishop Jake say it like this. He said, it's better to give $5 than receive $5. So it's best to be a blessing versus already want to receive a blessing. And so God put you in a season when you're blessing so many people in the ministry, in different forms. But with that, what is it, especially in the season that you're in as far as the church, we'll start there first and then kind of venture others. But in the church, what is it that, such as you youth pastor, what is it for you of you serving and that you're seeing some fruits of what you're sowing into the lives of others?
Well, I think one, accepting the call and trying to move in my purpose as a youth pastor, this will allow me to talk to kids, young kids, because I do believe that, I know for a fact, they're exposed to things that we weren't exposed to at a young age, with the phone and social media and the whole 9 yards. So and everything is about inclusion. So me, I'm compassionate with sharing my story of the things that I've been through, and if I can get through to 1 or 2 young men, young women that don't have to take that particular path, then it was purposeful. It was truly, truly purposeful. Everybody don't make it through those things. You ever took a look back on life and see that someone went through some of the stories or the issues you faced in life and they gone now? My God got you still here. I'm still here. Has that been easy? Not even close, because absolutely nothing about me wanted to be no pastor. Period. Youth pastor, none of it. No, I'll be honest with you. Love God, don't want to be no pastor, nobody. Don't want to be preaching. My mother was a pastor. You see what I'm saying? My brother was an assistant pastor. So I've been coming up in church my whole life. Don't seem like it really worked out that well to me at that time. No way looking at life, and don't nobody go to church, but everybody lives in a better house than we do. They drive a better car than we do. We're in church 3 days a week, man. This don't make sense to me, But I had to go through those things, And I know there's a lot of people out there that their parents are taking them to church and things of that nature, but the picture don't add up to the life at home.
Yeah.
So this has been great for me, and it's a fight against what I want to do, because that's not what I want. Exactly. I want to go to church. I want to speak to people in Target lines, or I'm in Publix, or wherever I'm at, and I want to talk to you and share, that God loves you and things like that. But I don't want to have to prepare a message every week. Not what I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not what I want. I'll be honest with you. A small part of your flesh want to be able to go off on somebody when they wronged you.
Exactly.
A small part of your flesh wants to do that.
And I say that because you said something that's so key, because the greatest message is your life. Versus what you can speak and how articulate you are. I've known, especially my mother, I'll tell you that again. She made sure we went to church. We was actually involved in certain things, but then she exemplified that around the house, how she took care of the community. We grew up in the projects in Charlotte, and she made sure not only our house was taken care of, but she would also do the same thing for other kids. I come home, I see the little kids, and I'm like, why y'all up here? But that's Mom. Mom was just, she was loving everybody else. And so even I find myself now doing those things that I grew up seeing her do. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes you'd be surprised of how it manifests later on, but you will expose that at a certain period of time. And so that's so important. I know now you say you got your little girl, little daughter, and some of the things that you spend time with her, is planting that seed early.
Planting that seed. I got to share this with you, though, because probably a couple of weeks ago, we pray with her every night. Every night before we go to bed, we pray with her. And my baby told me a couple of weeks ago, she said, "No, Daddy, I want to do the real prayer to Jesus. The one you pray in church." I said, "Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. And we've been praying real prayer, the prayer. Now lay me down to sleep. She's like, "No, Daddy, let's do the real one." Okay. I said, "Oh, okay."
So she's hungry, she's sick, and
but it's a beautiful thing that she's sitting back and she's watching her parents. You know what I mean? She watching us and watch what we do consistently.
Yes.
You see, and that by itself, I don't have to do that, because over time, see, God's going to constantly be ministering to her, because she see what we do, not what we say. Yeah, she see what we do.
Yes. So big, so big, man. And so, man, I commend you on this what God is doing. And right now, let me ask you, I know you're telling me you got some other things that's going on that you're inviting others to be a part of. What does that look like, man? Go ahead and drop a little nugget on that.
All right, so this is what we're doing. New Covenant Church of Rock Hill. We're putting together a basketball team. You don't have to be a member of our church, but we are putting together a basketball team. We're going to be playing against other churches and things like that. Just fun. It's an opportunity to come together, iron sharpening iron, to be able to minister across the board. Churches coming together, getting to learn one another, different programs they may have. Who knows what I may be able to help? Who knows who I meet out there, another pastor or minister that may be able to give me a nugget that will help me over here in my situation. Yeah. I'm a strong believer that God ain't mean for us to come in here and keep trying to recreate no wheel.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? But you got to get past yourself and be willing to talk to other people. Or someone that has been in ministry, let's say he's been in ministry for 10 years. Yeah. Who am I to come along and not want to listen to him? And I've been in ministry for 3. Doesn't make sense, right?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, basketball. We're also trying to get together midnight basketball.
Oh, okay.
That was more or less on a weekend type deal, so that we can kind of keep some of the teenagers and things off the street.
I was gonna say, I hope that's not for the grown folk. We talk midnight.
Man, let me tell you, it could be at 8 o'clock in the afternoon, Steve. Me running down that court twice. I can tell you right now, my knee blow up like oh God.
Okay, yeah, that's for the young kids right there, the 12 of y'all.
But we call it midnight basketball, but it would be around maybe 9, 10 o'clock to maybe 11 or 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's just those prime times to where trouble's out there.
Exactly.
It just is what it is. That trouble is out there. So, but if you have something to go to, something to focus on, it opens up a whole different. It's all about us being exposed to some things. And if everything you're exposed to is negative, then that's going to create your thought process. It's going to be negative. So I heard this too, and I bring this up. I don't know if it's controversial or what, but I truly believe it. Real men aren't liked. Not that much.
I can test. I ain't gonna fight that.
Because we set standards for you.
Yeah.
You know? No, you can't put that on.
Yeah.
No, you can't be disrespectful. Yeah. Hey, baby, nah, we're not doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Real man and not yes man.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Yeah, sometimes we gonna push against the prick. Sometimes if I don't agree to that, we can be having a real conversation. If I say I don't see it that way, I'm not gonna say yes just to be agreeable. Right. And so that's what I believe. What you're saying is real men. It's just they have a view and they take honest. They're honest. If I got it wrong, I got it wrong.
Got it wrong.
We own it. That's one of my hard things, especially about identifying men. What I believe a man is that they deal with the real. They deal with the real. I mean, I don't like everything about myself. I'm gonna face it. I'm gonna deal with what I can do, and if I can't dollar answer, I don't mind sharing with someone else. And that's what it is.
Someone has seen it or can see it from a different place than where I'm standing.
Yes.
Period. But they're not liked because we set a standard. Yeah. But we're responsible to Him, so we have to humble ourselves and surrender ourselves to Him in order to be able to lead you.
I think about David when they went to Ziklag and they came back and when their families was taken. Amalekites and everybody turned on him. He wasn't liked in that moment, but he had to do what? He had to encourage himself.
And most of us find that hard. We can encourage other people, but we find it very hard to encourage ourselves.
Yes.
Now, why do you think that is, though? Do we find it hard to encourage ourselves?
Sometimes we don't think highly of ourselves. When you don't think highly of yourself, it's easy to slip on anything. When you only think of yourself as like a 2 or a 3 versus the king that's within you. Now you may not operate at that level, but you got to know it's there.
You got to know it's there. You got to know everything that is needed in you. God put it in you. Now it's up to you to feed it so that it manifests itself in your life. If you never do it, it won't happen.
Yes.
Just period. It just won't happen. So, and that's the hard part, getting past it. We as a society now, we want to tell you what our thoughts of what we're going to do. But unfortunately, it means absolutely nothing if you never start. You want credit for telling someone what you're going to do. What does that mean?
Potential now. You can't cash in on that potential.
Exactly. You can't cash in on that. No. There's a choice you have to make. You have to make a choice.
Yes.
Then you run from there, and then you keep praying and asking God to give you strength so you can continue to make that choice. Yes. I ran into a friend at the park the other day, and her and her friend, and she was telling me, she said, the way you give answers and the way you talk and the way you articulate to people, I said, I wish I could take any type of credit for that, but ain't none but God. How did you get past God? I can't take any credit. God. It's God. It is what it is. God. Can't take no credit for that. I said, but you have to stay on your knees. It ain't no 2 weeks, well, I'm good now. No, you're not. No, you're not. You got a shot of adrenaline, a 5-hour energy, a monster, whatever it is. But we all know that at the end of the day, these days now, the devil don't hit you with 1 or 2 punches. He got combinations. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? He been studying and watching you walk and watching you move, so he hit you with all kinds of things, and we ain't prepared for it. Yeah. Simple. We just not prepared for it. We got 2 scriptures on our mind, and he make it past them 2 scriptures. Oh my God, we're in trouble. It is what it is because we ain't believing in nothing, and God will allow us to get tested that way to show us truly where we at.
Yeah. You think about Job. Job got hit in so many different ways, but his life. So God allowed the devil to do everything but his life, and we have to be in that fight to not knowing that ain't no way I'm going back. I'm not going back to the streets. It's not even an option. So once you are sold to this is the only way I'm going, nothing else matters. It don't matter what I do face. I'm not going in no other direction than where I'm going now. Exactly. And when you make up that mind, you're willing to. You would then be promoted because you got to. If like I say, I was thinking about climbing a mountain. If you were climbing a mountain, you're going to have different terrains. You're going to have that time where you may have to make a detour because what you would thought was going to go up this way. If you get to that point, you realize, man, I got to go to the right. I might have to go back down a little bit, but I'm going to keep on doing what? Moving to my destination. Yes. It may take you longer to get there.
It'll take you a little bit longer.
But you are consistent on making sure you
kept looking,
striving forward. And that's the thing we have to make it for our mom. We're not going back to whatever it was, no matter how bad it feels, no matter who's going with me or not. I don't tell anybody. I don't force nobody to be in the passenger side. But I know when a God is driving, I'm going to definitely do what? I'm going to stay consistent on what I know to do.
Obedience over sacrifice, right? Obedience over sacrifice.
Yes.
Right? But I'll take it even simpler than that. When you've been out of the streets for as long as we have, you won't be accepted back out there anyway. They wouldn't accept you. You're different now. You done been touched. Oh my God. You've been touched. And once God has touched you, you don't fit in out there no more. I don't care what you do. You go out there and you drinking and you smoking and you doing everything in the clubbing. That with everybody else like you having a good time. It ain't the same to you no more. The drink don't give you the same feeling no more. You've been touched and you don't belong out here. And those that are out there know that you don't belong out here. You don't even look the same no more. It just doesn't. It don't look the same no more. You don't feel the same no more. That's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing to say God has touched you. You start to see life a little bit different. So, and you're gonna stumble and fall, and it'll make you mad, all kinds of things. But all of that comes together to encompass that you will start making a different choice. You will see things a little bit different. And that's what it's all about.
Well, let me ask you this, man, because we got to go ahead and close it out, man. But I appreciate you sitting down, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate you having me, bro.
Yes. Let me ask you this. What's something that you'd like to lead the people with that encourages them to keep on going, that you tell yourself when life is good life to you?
Trust God. God has a plan for your life. For the word says that He knew every hair on your head before you were even conceived. So He already knew what you were going to do. He knows when you're going to do it. He already knows all of that. So stop fighting with yourself. Stop fighting with yourself and just asking God, I need guidance. I am in need of a Savior. And there is no, my truth or anything, but there's only one truth, and that's His. And your life has to be based upon that. And when your life is based upon God's word and the foundation that He set before us, it eliminates a bunch of confusion of what my opinions and everything else lie in. Because it's based on one thing. Truth. Simple as that.
There it is. Now, if anyone wants to reach out to you and get connected with you, how can they go about it?
Now, I just changed my email address at church. Everybody's just changed. So I apologize because I don't have it on.
Drop it in the description.
I don't have it there, but I can get it back to you. But 1807 Cherry Road. 1807 Cherry Road, New Covenant Church of Rock Hill. For the most part, the church is open a lot during the daytime. You can come in and grab flyers. You can see what we got going on. You may have somebody there that you can actually even speak to. Every last Friday of every month, we do dinner and a movie at the church. So right now, we just started this past Friday, The Chosen. There's about going on 5 seasons now. So we just started the first season. And we'll do those every last Friday of the month. Like I said, we feed at 6 o'clock and we start the movie at 7. Generally, movies around hour and a half. But every last Friday of the month, man. So it's all about the community, man, and us being able to help the community to whatever it is that you need. We also have something set up for veterans. If veterans need to come and get some information on what they need to do to get their disability or whatever the case, we have things set up for them also. Awesome. Yes.
Well, we appreciate this time, bro. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you. But y'all, in the meantime, in between time, go out here and be great. Also, like, subscribe. Until next time, we'll see you later, and be great.